Do not listen to this haunted rain audio at 3 a.m. I'm not telling you this to scare you for fun. I'm telling you this because if you ever come across a file called 3 a.m. Rain Long Mix WAV, don't play it. Don't even touch it. Not out of curiosity, not as a joke, not because you think you're braver than me. You're not, trust me. If anyone had told me a stupid rain audio mix could ruin my life, I would have laughed. I used to fall asleep to rain sounds almost every night. They helped with the anxiety, the late shifts, the constant noise of my apartment neighbors. It was my safe place. But the night I downloaded that audio, everything in my life crossed a line I can't uncross. I guess it started after I moved to Cedar Hollow, a quiet town in northern Pennsylvania. Nothing special, just forests, gas stations, old houses, and people who'd lived there for generations. I moved there for work, managing nightly inventory at a distribution center. The job sucked, but paid well enough, and the town was cheap. I rented the upstairs space of an old duplex owned by a woman named Barbara. She was friendly, but distant, the kind of lady who always seemed tired and never answered personal questions. The apartment itself was normal. Small kitchen, tiny bedroom, creaky floors. The only thing that bothered me was how quiet it got at night. Cedar Hollow didn't have traffic noise or sirens. After midnight, the silence felt unnatural, like the whole town held its breath. I need noise to sleep. So one night, I was scrolling through YouTube, looking for a new rain mix. I typed rain sounds heavy thunder sleep. Random stuff popped up, but one thumbnail caught my eye. It wasn't flashy, just plain text on a black background. Do not listen at 3 a.m. Unedited rain audio, 10 hours. The view count was weirdly high. Comments were turned off. No description. No channel name, just a string of numbers. I remember thinking it was probably one of those gimmick videos made for clicks. Still, rain was rain, so I clicked it. The video didn't load. Instead, a small download window appeared on my screen, like the website glitched. A file started downloading automatically. 3 a.m. Rain Long Mix WAV. I almost canceled it, but it finished before I could. 30 seconds. And just like that, the file was on my laptop. No virus warnings, nothing suspicious looking. I scanned it. My laptop said it was safe. I don't know why I didn't delete it then. I made the stupid decision to play it around 2:40 a.m. that same night. At first, it sounded normal. Just rain, soft, distant thunder, steady, rhythmic, perfect. I dimmed the lights, laid down, and tried to sleep. But after maybe 5 minutes, I realized something was off. Not loud or obvious. More like the rhythm of the rain wasn't quite normal. It came in strange patterns, almost like breathing. The thunder didn't rumble the way thunder should. It sounded too controlled, too timed. I told myself I was tired, overthinking. But then a new sound faded in this faint, choppy static, like someone adjusting a microphone. Then I heard it. A whisper. It wasn't clear. More like syllables broken apart. A voice so soft I wasn't sure if it was part of the audio or if my brain was playing tricks on me. I sat up. The rain kept going. Another whisper. This time it sounded closer, almost right behind me. I paused the file. Silence. I replayed it. Rain, low static, then breath. Definitely breath. I leaned toward my laptop speaker, listening carefully. Then a woman's voice whispered, very fast, very broken. Don't be here. I ripped my headphones out. My chest tightened. I stared at the screen, my ears ringing with adrenaline. I told myself it was some creepy Easter egg the creator put in to scare people. But the whisper didn't sound edited. It sounded real, like someone was in the room with me. I shut down the laptop and went to bed without audio. I didn't sleep. Over the next few days, little things around the apartment changed in ways I couldn't explain. My keys moved. My bedroom door was open when I swore I'd closed it. The smell of damp soil lingered in the hallway, even though it hadn't rained. I told myself stress was messing with my head. I avoided the file. I didn't listen again. Then one night, around 1:30 a.m., I woke up to the sound of rain. Heavy rain, except it wasn't raining outside. I checked the window. Dry, silent town. No storm. But inside my apartment, the sound of rain grew louder. Not from a speaker, not from the roof. From my laptop. It had turned itself on. The file was playing. I rushed over, heart pounding, and tried to stop it. The screen flickered like it was freezing, but the audio kept going. The rain sound now came with layered whispers, multiple voices, murmuring over each other, like a crowd whispering in a church. I yanked the power cord out. The audio kept playing. I slammed the laptop shut. The whispers grew louder. A woman's voice broke through again, frantic, breathless. Don't let him see you. The room went cold. My breath fogged. I grabbed the laptop and threw it across the room. The audio stopped the second it hit the floor. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I went to Barbara's place downstairs. I didn't give her details, just said I was having weird electrical issues. She squinted at me like she was deciding whether to lie or not. Then she said something that made my skin crawl. You hear anything strange at night? I froze. What do you mean? She stared at me for a few seconds too long. Nothing, probably nothing. Old houses make sounds. But the way her eyes moved, she wasn't telling me everything. I didn't push it. That evening at work, I asked a coworker named Jason if he'd heard of any paranormal stuff around Cedar Hollow. He laughed at first, but then said, people say the woods out by Ridge Road are haunted as hell. Something about a guy who used to record storms, and I don't know. Something bad happened. Every town has bullshit stories. I asked what bad meant. He shrugged. Missing people, weird sounds, stuff like that. I didn't mention my audio file, but I searched Cedar Hollow rain audio during my break. Most of the links were old forum threads from the late 2000s. People talking about a local field recordist named Marcus Hale. He used to go into the forest with high-end microphones and record thunderstorms. The town thought he was eccentric, but harmless. Then he disappeared. People claimed he went too deep into the woods trying to capture the perfect storm sound. His body was never found. One person wrote, "I heard a rumor he recorded something he shouldn't have." People said listening to his final audio could make you hear things from the woods, even if they weren't there. Another wrote, "If you find any file with his original label format, timestamp plus weather, delete it immediately." The file on my laptop wasn't labeled 3M Rain Long Mix. WAV, the second time I checked it. It now displayed a different name when I hovered over it. 03120 3 Thunder Ridge Hail Final WAV. Hail, I swear on my life, I did not change that name. I didn't play it again. Not on purpose, but weird things kept happening. A few nights later, I woke up to footsteps in the hallway outside my bedroom. Slow, wet steps, like someone had walked through mud. I grabbed a flashlight and opened the bedroom door. The hallway was empty, but muddy footprints led down to the living room. Not shoe prints, bare feet, long, too long. I followed them slowly until they stopped right in front of my laptop. The screen was open. The file was ready to play. I turned away, went straight out my door, got in my car, and drove until sunrise. I didn't go back until noon. When I did, the footprints were gone. The laptop was closed. The file was still there. That night, I slept with my bedroom door locked. Around 3:08 a.m., I jolted awake to whispering. You know when you wake up instantly because something is wrong. It felt like hands pulled me out of sleep. I listened. No laptop sound. The whispering came from outside my window. I froze. My apartment is on the second floor. There's no balcony. Something was whispering right outside the glass. I stayed still for what felt like hours, listening to fragments of words. I couldn't make them out. It sounded like multiple voices. Men, women, maybe children. Like they were all crowding outside, murmuring to each other in the dark. Then I heard one word clearly. Open. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. The whisper came again. This time from the right side of the window. Open. My hands shook so hard I nearly dropped my phone. I called 911. When the officer arrived, he checked everything. No footprints. No signs of forced entry. He looked at me like I was losing it. I didn't tell him about the file. I tried deleting it the next day. The computer froze. Error messages popped up. The file recreated itself every time I removed it. I even smashed the laptop and tossed it into a dumpster in town. I thought that was the end. That night, my phone started playing rain sounds at 3 a.m. The same rain, the same pattern, the same breathing, and the same whisper. Don't let him find you. I threw the phone across the room. I drove to Walmart at 4 in the morning and bought a new one. 2 days later, the new phone played it too. I tried to leave Cedar Hollow after that. Packed a bag, got in my car. The GPS glitch kept rerouting me back to Ridge Road, no matter what address I put in. I turned it off and tried driving out of town blind. I ended up on Ridge Road anyway. The road that leads to the woods Marcus Hale disappeared in. The woods were dark, too dark. My headlights caught something hanging from one of the trees. A long strip of fabric, soaked, as if the rain had just poured there, but nowhere else. Then I noticed the sound. Rained, steady rain, but not outside the car. Behind me, inside, I spun around. Nothing, no water, no person, just the sound coming from everywhere and nowhere. My vision blurred. I remember whispering, "Please stop." But the rain got louder. The whispers came back, dozens of them circling the car, rushing over each other with frantic urgency. One voice broke through the rest. A woman's voice, the same one from the first night. "He's here." Then I saw it, a shape standing at the tree line, tall, thin, unmoving, like it was listening. I hit the gas and didn't look back. I made it out of Cedar Hollow by sunrise. I drove 5 hours straight and checked into a motel off I-90. I thought distance would break whatever was happening. I didn't play the audio. I didn't even own the devices that had it. But that night, at exactly 3:00 a.m., the room filled with the sound of rain again. No speakers, no electronics, just the air itself. Then a knock at the door. Slow, heavy, 3 times. I didn't answer. I didn't sleep. I've moved 3 times since then. Different states, different jobs, new phones, new laptop. Nothing electronic should still have that file. But every so often, at 3 a.m., the rain starts again. Always the same pattern. Always the same slow breathing behind it. Some nights, the whispers say, "Don't let him see you." Other nights, they say something worse. "Too late." If you find any audio like the one I described, don't listen. Don't download. Don't be curious. Curiosity is what calls them. And once they hear you listening, they never stop trying to find you. They only need you to hear them once. And now that you've heard my story, you should probably avoid rain sounds tonight, just in case.